Hey Leo, good evening, buddy. Yeah, my son just fell asleep, so I wasn't sure if I'm gonna stream at all. What are we gonna do? I have no idea yet. Give me 1 second here. Let me just do this. Everything's white. There we go. There you go. Fuckers. Complaining already. I didn't even start the stream and you're already bitching about something. Everything is... More purple. How's life? How are you guys doing? Yeah, what are we gonna do? Good question, right? Let's take a look. Let me just get some water. So the reason why I started a bit late is my son, it took him a while to fall asleep, and yeah, that's how it is. One day when you get kids, yeah, that's how it is. It's not bad at all. We just cuddle and stuff. I just tried to put him to sleep, but yeah, sometimes it just takes a while. Yeah, it is. Life is good. Life is good. Life is very good. None of us have any rights to complain about anything, really. You can always find way worse. So if what you got now is not good enough, then, well, good luck. What can I say? All right, so there's so many reasons for one to be happy. It's incredible, right? One of them is being alive. And then you can start from there. What is this crap? Ah, okay. Is my stuff running? Yeah, it is. Okay, fine. No, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I'm that serious. It's all about perception, man. Perception is a crazy thing. If you have a shitty perception about things, then you're always going to be unhappy, right? If you have a good perception of things, then you can always... So it's really about how you look at the thing. No matter where you are, you can be anywhere, really. It doesn't matter where you are, right? Okay, give me a moment. Things can make you unhappy. Yeah, true. I mean, you don't have to be happy all the time, right? Nothing in life is constant, right? Yeah, sometimes things get rougher, but yeah, as long as, yeah, you know, what can you do? Exactly. Give me 1 moment. I don't know why the fuck I can't check the order. I ordered this new camera from Razer. The most fucking horrible website. Look at this shit, man. Error occurred. Are you kidding me, bro? I spent 350 euros on a fucking webcam, man. And I can't even check the freaking status. How shitty is that, man? Seriously, man. I mean, the camera is good. Otherwise, like, this company writes the worst freaking software on the planet, man. Look at this crap. What are you doing, bro? Why can't I check the status? Yeah, dude, literally, like, how hard is it, man? This is the shit that I ordered, 350 euros, man. Like, yeah, we do, but I didn't get any notification. We have PostNord here. We have PostNord, right? But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, those guys... Let me check. No, there's nothing. There's nothing I'm receiving, right? Yeah, I am. I don't give a shit, right? Yeah, I am. I mean, I think by now, Winsworth, you realize that I'm a guy who simply doesn't give a fuck about anything, right? So, unless you can do something with my number, well, feel free, but I don't think you can. Error occurred. Beautiful. Definitely worth 350 euros. Amazing. You know that I come from the Balkans, Winsworth, right? I'm not afraid of anything, bro. Look at this, man. 350 euros, bro. Error occurred. Unknown identifier error. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you? Or are you not? Let's go Firefox. Maybe they don't support the most popular browser, right? My fucking god. How hard is this? No, I don't hate Razer products, man. I have no, I mean, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I do have a lot of Razer products. I mean, obviously, I don't use all of them. Like, one of them is this mouse, right? Razer Naga Trinity or whatever, and I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm sorry, I cannot jump on that hate train because I never had problems with Razer products, right? I have several keyboards somewhere here in the box behind me, mechanical ones. They were pretty good, very good looking, right? So I never had a problem, I must admit. But I never hit my keyboard and shit like that, right? Or anything like that. So I don't know. I think they're gonna last forever. Bushman, good evening, my friend. Yeah, I don't freaking know. Estimated delivery. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I'm looking forward for this to arrive, and then I'm gonna sell this camera that I'm on right now simply because this is gonna be as good. This is gonna be as good as this one that I have, even better. I agree about the software. I agree that the Razer software sucks. There's no question about that. Yep. That I agree with 100%. It is really bad. It is really bad. But this is the beast that we're gonna get, so you can look at my face, my pretty face, more often. Well, that's what it is. That's how it is. Let me take one more candy. I have this. I think this is Finnish candies. I think this is Finnish, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Finnish. Yeah. The best fucking candy in the world. Dude, I'm thinking, to start just the poll, right, for old ladies. There have to be some old ladies there who get turned on young fellas like me, right? Why not, bro? I would put on my thongs or whatever, some bikini, and I would be coding from the swimming pool. I think that would be fantastic. All right, cool. Let me just think here for a moment. I'm just thinking about something. So there's one issue with the sitemap and that we haven't done well. I would just like to take maybe 15 minutes and fix that. So right now, I think a stream or two ago when we implemented a sitemap thing, right? We actually forgot to do one thing. Because this generates sitemap, I have to now call it manually to generate a sitemap, which then generates a file, right? Yeah, actually I had a fresh haircut, yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, this is temporary. Yeah, I had to move my camera. Yeah. I can't wait. Alex's pool. That would be fantastic. I like it. Only programmers. Fuck, man. That's not a bad shit. Fuck you, man. Okay. Wait. Fuck, man. Is that free? Onlyprogrammers.com. Tell me it's free, man. I'll buy it right away. Fuck you, man. It's taken. Only programmers. Shit, man. That's not even a bad name, man. What the fuck is this, man? Nothing. No, programmer fans. Only coders. No, I don't know. It's unclear. $2,000. I mean, that's not a lot of money when you actually have a running business, right? I think that's not a bad thing. And Uni Registry got acquired by GoDaddy, man. I almost cried. Fucking GoDaddy, man. I hate them. Now I have to use this crap because all of my domains got transferred there. I mean, I sold one of my domains for $5,000. I sold node.hosting. I used to have this. I sold it sold for $5,000. I don't actually know why the fuck did he buy it and he is not even using it, but yeah. All right, fuck it. Okay, so one thing I need to do, right, is I need to make sure to... So how do we do this actually, right? Wait a minute. So, oh, this is something I helped last night. I discussed something with Kirill. So we respond to this because the problem right now, let's actually go to our Cloudflare. Let's just fix this quickly because I noticed this morning when I got to work, our sitemap wasn't there because after one day, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll explain in a moment, right? Let's just take a look at this thing. Worker routes, yeah. So we have this sitemap route, right? So let's manage the worker. Dev.dev. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, right? For sure. But it's not like, I don't know. But it's actually, it is a good domain. It is a good domain, yeah. It is a good domain. Sure. Okay, let me just think about this for a moment. So what we call this crap. I'm a friend of Leo. Nice, good to meet you, Kavak. Are you also a Finnish Viking? I suppose you are. Well, welcome, man. Really good to see you. Thank you, Leo, for mentioning me, man. I appreciate that. All right. Let's push this to master. Let's wait for it to deploy and then we move back to something else. I just want to make sure because this is now, because the thing is, we generate a file every time. So right now the file is there, but after the period of the cache period passes, the file is no longer going to be there. So it's a bit strange. I don't actually know what the fuck's happening. But either way, I think what we're gonna do here instead, we're gonna say here API programmer network. What was it? API v1 utils, and then this, right? And then this should kind of return the cached version, of course. Should always be returning it from Redis, actually. Finnish people weren't even Vikings. Okay, fair enough. Let me just try one thing and then we move to something else. So we go sitemaps. Like, can this be actually submitted as a sitemap? That's what I'm wondering. Let me just see. So pages, sitemaps. Can I like? Give me a moment here. See videos. Where is it? Sitemaps. Add a sitemap. Can I? Is this a valid sitemap? Let me see. Couldn't fetch. Fuck my life. Okay. Because it doesn't end. Yeah. What? Oh, it did fetch it. Okay, that's super strange. Okay, well, can I remove that now? Remove sitemap, yeah. And let's bad gateway. What the fuck? I guess we've been in the middle of. Let's see. I believe we've been actually. This is a wrong project. Front end. Where the hell is our API, man? Program network API. I guess it deployed. It should have deployed. Yeah. That's why we. Okay, fine. So now if I actually go to. So are we still getting the shit? We are. This should be kind of returned. And then if we go to programmer network / sitemap XML, yeah, you can see it's empty. Super strange, right? So that's not good at all, actually. Yeah, so that's not good at all. I don't know why it's empty. So that's the problem I saw. But if we actually go to this guy, I'm sure that it's going to generate something, right? Yeah, exactly. So is it this worker maybe that fucks up or whatever? Why would it ever be empty, right? Yeah, I mean, the thing is sitemap, yeah, I don't think it has actually necessarily changed. It's just like, why is this thing returning no sitemap now? So, right? Because, yeah, super awkward, right? Because I suppose, give me a moment. Where is it? Over here, right? I mean, let's just, oh shit, maybe because we actually never deployed this, right? Save and deploy, maybe that's why. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Now the question though is, right, if I go back here and I actually want to remove this one now, remove. I don't actually care because we're still, I mean, again, whatever, right? So let's see now if I do this, can it actually, Google will periodically process success. No. This is what we did a couple of days ago, Leo, right? I just wanted to make sure that that's fine. Okay, so good. I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to do anything else. I don't care. Let's actually just see retrieving data from Google Index. Page is indexed, whatever. And let me just do the stuff that HTTPS programmer.network sitemap XML. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Good. So now I think we are fine and we can move from here. All right, cool. So let's do that. So, okay. So that's good. That's good. Let's close all of that shit up. This worker is actually working. Let's see. Yeah, so actually, yeah, no, not much traffic to this. So yeah. Google won't automatically crawl. I mean, we could do that, right? We could just do this ping manually, right? Like this stuff that you added, right? We can just periodically, we can have a cron job or whatever, right? Yeah, right. I mean, we can do that, right? I don't know if it's relevant now, right? No, not really. We do not, right? So I mean, it's fine, right? I'll keep track of it now. Again, there isn't really much value in that. I just wanted to make sure that at least things are kind of crawled slowly now, right? But it would be nice to get some presence on Google, at least the homepage, so when people search some terms, right? But no, I don't think it's relevant, right? Yeah, something like that. Something like that, yeah. My thoughts aren't sending if they have hashtag in the message. Yeah, that's strange. Which browser are you using, Thomas? Works on my computer. And yeah, there is this bug with code block for sure. I think somebody reported that. Ah, I see. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. Actually, you're right. You're not wrong at all. Let's see what's happening. Wow, actually, nothing's happening. Let's try locally. It's maybe, let's see. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff with sanitization recently and stuff. So it could be easily related to that. Yeah. Okay, good. Actually, let's take a look at that then. That seems pretty radical to say, right? The question is though, why are we not getting okay. So yeah, this is the issue, unfortunately. So we implemented this. Let's take a look at that. So basically we implemented the, yeah, maybe we should start writing some unit tests, but it's very difficult with the pace and stream and stuff. But anyway, so the issue obviously is with this validator that we implemented last night, I believe. Okay, let's take a look quickly at that, right? So where is that? What? Ah. Let's fix that. The thing is, man, like I'm always pro testing, always, forever. It's just I don't have the capacity for that. I don't have the time for that, right? Because it would slow things significantly, things that I already don't have the time for, right? Very true. Very true. Very true. Oh well, I wanted to write unit tests, but I got a pain in my knee, and then I didn't write them. It's very hard to do this for me. No, I don't think this is something. Okay, I don't know if somebody is trolling me with the TypeScript. No, but I don't think this has anything to do with TypeScript. No. Type mention attributes, type text. Okay. Why are we getting a never mind, never mind. I see. So we have to basically the validator here, and we have to do the same thing, right? What was it? What was the name of the validator? Has text, right? So yeah, so that's what we just forgot to handle that. We don't need unit tests. All right, shut the fuck up. Where is the thing, man? Where did I define that bullshit, bro? Yeah, over here. Thing is, I don't think when I say tests, I don't mean the speed of writing tests. I think configuring this project, mocking stuff up, and the writing the generation of unit tests is the thing is, David, right? I mean, let's even imagine that you're correct, right? Let's even imagine. Actually, you are correct. So let's agree that you're correct. That's still not sufficient for me at this stage of the project in the current circumstances to add TypeScript. TypeScript is great. I mean, I'm just teasing you guys. I mean, I've spent most of my time I spent writing TypeScript in all the companies I worked. The thing is, I would never advise TypeScript to anyone at this stage of development with this sort of development. Right? I'm building stuff. Anything can be adopted incrementally, right? I just don't want to deal with that now. I'm way more pro making mistakes like this now than needing to deal with another transpilation process, another thing that gets in the way, right? So this is not the thing. Is I think you cannot be literal as a person, especially not as a developer, right? Like you have to find, nothing is like there's no like. The thing is, people are too literal about too many things, right? The thing is, you have to make rational decisions, right? It's obviously easier to sit on the other side and kind of propose the ideal solutions to all of my problems. Like, well, Alex, if you use TypeScript and wrote tests on both ends, and if you did this and that, right? But it doesn't work like that, right? You have to pick and choose your battles and choose the best thing for the right. Yes, TypeScript in most projects, especially for early age startups, when they turn into kind of when they grow or raise money, it is implemented incrementally. You just turn you set up the TypeScript compiler, right? So the thing is, right? Nothing is literal, nothing is just like that, right? There's time and place for all of those things, right? So nobody neglects TypeScript is amazing, sure. But at this stage of the project, it fucking sucks, and I would never use it, right? Because the value it gives me now is not sufficient for what I get by not using it. Oh, well, it would have caught null, probably. But I've fixed this error in 2 seconds, so who gives a shit, right? I mean, I've learned TypeScript 10 years ago, David, right? There's not much to learn, right? You learn generics, types, interfaces, decorators, and you're done, right? So I'm not sure when people say learn TypeScript, learn what exactly, right? What exactly what you mean? What do you mean when you say learn TypeScript, right? What exactly do you learn, right? Can you give me some example, right? What is it that you actually learn when it comes to TypeScript, right? It's a type system. It's not like rocket science, right? No, I mean, again, I'm not being an asshole. It's literally, it's types, right? And that's great. Super useful. Having types, absolutely useful. No question about that. It's just, let's not make TypeScript something that it's not. It's literally JavaScript with types, right? So it's not, it's not like C#. It's not Rust or something, right? So TypeScript is a type system for JavaScript. So you're still writing JavaScript which has types. It's not, it doesn't become Haskell or Clojure suddenly, or you know, Pascal, right? It's still JavaScript with types, and that's what it is, right? Well, maybe you do, David, and maybe people do indeed, right? I disagree with that, right? I don't think that I necessarily think differently when I have TypeScript at all, actually, right? I think exactly in the same way, I just have types. That's all, right? Okay, let's fix this shit, right? TypeScript is a small, like I said many times, TypeScript solves a small problem. This notion how TypeScript makes your code good is completely false, right? Again, like I said many times in this stream, your code can suck in so many ways that has nothing to do with TypeScript. You can have your fucking TypeScript and generics and types and stuff, but you can still suck at all other things. So you don't automatically have a good code base because you have types. Because think about it logically, then every single Java code base is amazing. But there's no chance you're more productive with TypeScript than with JavaScript. There's literally no chance in that. That's completely illogical. Because how can you be more productive in a strictly typed language than in a dynamic? Literally, the dynamic languages exist, and that's where they're flawed. You can write any 100% not. 100% not. Well, you're talking about installing 500 different libraries which have types, and then sure, oh, well, I know actually what to pass, but disagree, you can be more productive. Sure, you can be anything, right? You can be also less productive, right? I mean, nobody states that you cannot be more productive, but I don't think that you're more productive, especially not in React world and stuff. Is it that true that when you come across a hard topic, instead of understanding every aspect of it, just using it? I mean, Havak, right? You can't really learn every single concept in detail, right? That's impossible, right? So no developer out there understands TypeScript. Hold on. I mean, you certainly will not ever understand everything, right? So that's definitely true, right? I think you should be building things. Exactly, pretty much what Leo says, right? Okay, let me just shut the fuck up for a second. Let me just okay, so we have actually, yeah, let's actually do that. Let's do this, yeah. And then let's just say fix routes, whatever shit, I don't know. Let's commit that. I mean, with one thing we can definitely agree. Whatever makes you more productive, use it. I 100% support that statement. I cannot agree more than that. If something is making you more productive, 100% use it, right? And that we all agree, right? If TypeScript is making you super mega productive and that's the source of your issues, like, oh, no, having those types make me super more productive, then great, absolutely, then more power to that, right? Pretty much, David, 100%, man, 100%. All right, so we fixed that shit, I think. I pushed it. All right, great. So who reported this? I think, was it David or someone who said this doesn't work? Who was it? Let's just wait until it's Sullivan. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I think it's David. So let's wait until it's deployed. The thing is, I have a huge kind of problem understanding. The thing is, this religious approach to things is very unhealthy for programming community. Like, let's say, for example, that David uses TypeScript. I compare people in this stream who come with those TypeScript suggestions like vegetarians, like I said many times. You will always know that somebody is vegetarian because they're gonna tell you about it either through the t-shirt or through the hat or by telling you how they're vegetarian. So if you're using TypeScript, I think that's great. I use TypeScript at work. Most of the libraries that I wrote on my GitHub, right? They are, they're written in TypeScript, right? But the notion that you have to tell everybody what to use is just very hard. It's like, why are you using type? It's like, man, I'm writing dynamic language, just like Python and JavaScript, and I love the dynamic part of it. I love that it doesn't have types. If I wanted it to have types for this project, right? Yeah, but which pain points? Tell me exactly which, David. Let's be more specific. And I'm not trying to make this a discussion like arguing. I'm genuinely interested in your views. Like, you're saying very broad things like TypeScript makes me more productive. TypeScript fixed some JavaScript issues. Can you name some, right? Because I would like to see what are those issues, because genuinely maybe they would help in this scenario. Like, what do you mean, right? You're obviously coming from a strictly typed language, so it's kind of clear, right? What are those issues, right? I would like to hear about your issues. So you're saying, right, like, hey, it's pain points some JavaScript. Which ones, right? Which are those pain points, right? I would genuinely be interested to hear, right? And let's just see if this is actually deployed now. I think it should be. Let's go. Yeah, but that's not an argument, David. I'm sorry. You're literally discrediting the whole existence of dynamically typed languages, right? The thing is, like, you have literally now neglected the whole existence of dynamic language. That's not a, yeah, but that's not an argument, right? You didn't say which problems it solves. You're basically, what you said basically, and I cannot disagree with that. If that's your opinion, it's fine. But you have literally said it makes dynamic languages good. That was your argument, right? Because you didn't literally provide a single argument of how it is making it better, right? Yeah, but you clearly then don't like dynamic languages, and that's the difference. I do, right? And that seems to be the difference, right? What did I want to do? Yeah, so it's fine, right? And I don't disagree with that, right? You can do that in JavaScript as well. You don't need TypeScript for that. That go to definition has very little to do with TypeScript. And nobody disagrees with that, Bushman, right? Nobody disagrees with the fact that it helps. But that's not the argument, right? You're literally neglecting the existence of dynamic language because right? Okay, so okay, I think none of us disagree. I don't disagree with any of your points, right? But again, that has nothing to do with JavaScript language. You're saying obvious things. You're saying this is not even a discussion of TypeScript versus JavaScript. All of the arguments that you guys said are related to dynamically versus statically typed languages. And if we move the discussion there, then I agree 100%. It's like, well, types make things more clear. Sure, of course they do, right? Nobody neglects that, but there's no single argument besides this argument strictly versus dynamically typed that actually support this thing. It's like we're constantly we're not talking about why TypeScript is better than JavaScript. Here it seems that we're talking about why should, basically the subject here is like, Okay, in that sense, okay, well, we're gonna start using it eventually, right? I think Panosa nailed it. No, I think we will do that, right? I promise. Yeah, I mean we're gonna start. We're gonna definitely be soon switching to TypeScript on the API, because writing nodejs in TypeScript is very easy, because types are very good, very well developed, right? React in this front end world kind of fucking sucks when it comes to that. Yeah, we fixed it in, yeah. But we definitely will. It's nobody neglects that. It's just, I think it's very important that we all understand what we're saying. So we're not talking about, this discussion wasn't about TypeScript versus JavaScript. This discussion from the start was about dynamically versus statically typed languages. And clearly most people here dislike dynamically typed languages, which is also fine. But you cannot, it is just ridiculous, right, to me, because yes, you can like it or dislike it, and that's fine. But the comparison isn't about JS and TypeScript. It's about, every single argument, if you read it in the chat, speaks about types as being useful, which is true, right? So maybe we should just stop, creating dynamically typed languages completely, and that's it, right? We should just discard the Ruby and Python and JavaScript, right? And, Exactly, pretty much. Okay, so we fixed that shit. I agree with Panosa, and I are always on the same page. Always on the same page. I think... Oh, he is writing a programming language that was written in 11 days. Okay. So what do we do now? So we fixed that crap, and that's good. Actually, wasn't there an issue with like a code block? I think that should also be fixed now. I think this was the kind of the same issue, I believe. So I think we actually got them both down. Yes, yes. Locke, good evening, buddy. How's life? Kavak is here, nice. Great. Figure out how to use a reach point. Switch it back, YouTube extension if you go to your own profile. Syncing repos, adding link, add thoughts. Bro, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like something that would be fun for you guys to watch, right? Like, yeah, I think at least. So actually, if I go back to UI and then git pull or origin master, why is it opening this crap, man? Okay. Banning for money. Code block's working now. Awesome. How the fuck did we fix that without TypeScript? Okay, I'm just teasing you guys. Sorry. I can't help myself. All right. Great. I will never implement TypeScript, ever, because nobody would watch this stream. I'm literally watched because I don't have TypeScript. Oh, let me go and watch this idiot who doesn't type TypeScript. How is he even doing it? How is he writing any codes? Okay, so going back to this stuff, so let's try to define how far we are with this feature, right? So now we kind of so we got to those courses and stuff, right? And we've built, I think, most of the views we wanted. This is like just table of contents. Then this, you can leave some reviews, right? And okay, that kind of sucks. Let's say add a review. And we kind of implemented that you can edit this crap and stuff, right? Let's see, update stars, yeah, exactly. And then there's Alexander here, it's my name, okay. All right, so let's maybe continue a bit here, right? And I really want to kind of get this feature out and then start recording some courses so we can start kind of getting more people at least into the platform, because there's some courses there. So if we go to, we build this comment section. Where is it? Let's find it. Yes. Okay, let's see here. So get display name, beautiful. Okay, so let's kind of start here, right? So first and foremost, I think what we want to do is we want to, it kind of felt a bit strange, didn't it? So let's see here. Let me just remove this thing and we'll need a model for that. This course has no reviews. Oh, how come that? What happened there? What the heck? Ah, all right, I see. So leave a review. Okay, so let's, yeah, so leave a review. I swear to God, I'm gonna do that just to tease more people. Why TypeScript sucks. Why you should never use TypeScript in your life. I swear to fucking God, I'll do that just for the fun of it. I have to do something original at least, right? 17 reasons why TypeScript will ruin your life. I swear to God, you'll see that it's gonna be the first course. Why you should never use TypeScripts. Okay, so that's better. Okay, good. So we'll leave this crap. We add a review. Why I should never use TypeScript. Exactly in that rating form. Okay, and then where is it? Where get? Okay, so we're over here, right? Yes, yeah, yes. Let's say avatar. Actually, yeah. So do we have source? Do we have like author.avatar or something like that? And then let's just extend this furthermore with a nav link, right? H3 sheet. Okay. So let's put this guy in a nav link of some sort. So let's say nav link. And then let's say here to author dot username, I suppose, if it's there. Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. I think Tailwind is a great, Tailwind is really, really good indeed. Agreed. It's as I say always, it's one of the best things that happened to CSS community when it comes to those tools and stuff. I think you would be a huge fan if you had TS. Well, actually, that was never in question. I know that there is because I wrote this code. Yeah, I know exactly every single schema of every single table because I wrote them, right? Which is why I have the power. So it was never in question if there's avatar. There is. How do I know? Well, every user has an avatar, right? The thing is Bushman, right? You have to, you can't, the thing is, I think, Bushman, you're comparing a utility library with frameworks, right? And that's a huge difference. Same what Leo asked. Leo asked, what about Bootstrap? I think this is like comparing apples and oranges, right? Bootstrap is a full-featured framework that comes with components and buttons and opinions and stuff. Tailwind is not that. Tailwind comes with utility classes that just makes you repeat your code less, right? Your CSS less. So there's a huge difference, right? And it, yeah. What? Ah, shit, that's actually not gonna do, will it? No. Well, people compare all sorts of things, right? Because people are generally driven by talk. You know how I say always, man, the talk is very cheap, right? Most developers are best known for just talking crap, right? Most people online, they just talk crap, right? But most people don't use things. And to me, it's ridiculous to even form an opinion on something you haven't used, right? Because you're very prone to opinions, right? Unless you have experienced something, you're very prone, or actually not very, you're purely driven, right? No, sure. I don't even know what chakra is, but I'm just saying, right? This community is incredibly known for stuff like, you know, that's why I say opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, right? I think it's you know, it's not uncommon that developers have opinions, right? It's just a lot of people just talk, especially a lot of those streamers. If I'm you, I would be writing perfect code, right? And then when you ask them, okay, what the fuck have you actually built, man? Can you show me the shit that you've built? Like, they're just guys. Same with those Rust guys that come to the stream. You should be using Rust programming language. And then I ask them, cool, man, I mean, I don't disagree. So what have you built in Rust? And it's just silence, right? It's just gone, right? I built a hello world application. Fair enough. Let me have an opinion on this one. All right, opinion granted. You can have an opinion. It's vastly different. It's not comparable again. It's absolutely not comparable. What did I want to do? Yeah. So actually, why is this quamp? I see. So let's say here, capitalize, right? Yeah. I like it. I like it. jQuery is actually amazing. jQuery is probably still arguably one of the best libraries for getting some fast things done, right? I think that genuinely, I think that yeah. Yeah, I think that jQuery is still amazing, actually. Still very, very much amazing. H3. Okay. The thing is, like, people, for example, don't realize that, for example, GitHub, right? GitHub.com is literally written in plain JavaScript, right? So it's just, again, it's a lot of people are just, it's just a lot of talk, but very little action, right? People have very strange assumptions of technology, right? But good developers and product-driven developers, they're gonna build shit in anything, right? Because they're obsessed by building things, not about building hello world apps, right? So that's the difference, right? I think people underestimate the importance of simple solutions, right? Which is jQuery as well, right? So if a GitHub can run on a plain JavaScript, a website that's visited probably hundreds of millions of times a month, then so can, right? A little more space, avatar. The thing is, I don't think that this is a huge misconception about jQuery. jQuery and plain JavaScript and the way that you write them has nothing to do with them. The fact that many people didn't know patterns when they wrote JavaScript is the problem. Like, people were manipulating their data directly in the DOM because people didn't know what a kind of data-driven or event-driven programming was. So people would, you know, let me render this shit in this div, and then when I need to change it, I'm gonna get the reference to that div. So it's not, that's not jQuery. jQuery is just a rendering part, right? Rest of your app is just a bunch of loops and statements and objects and arrays, right? Yeah, well, that's only partially true, yes. But that's only partial, yes. I mean, jQuery doesn't define how you do your state. jQuery doesn't tell you how to handle many other things. jQuery is just abstraction over document object model, right? So it's just almost like makes the DOM slightly less low level and adds a lot of polyfills, right? Yeah, it's definitely not a framework. Nobody's stating that it's a framework. Yeah, I mean, React is not a framework either. React is a library. I mean, React is literally a rendering library. Of course, when you add React router, no, jQuery is not a framework. React is not a framework. Angular is a framework. Angular is a framework because it comes with all of the whole package. You get the React router, you get the rendering there, you have all of the opinions, you get the everything, right? So React is not a framework. jQuery is not a framework. Those are rendering libraries, UI rendering libraries, and they render some shit on the screen, right? And somebody said a little more space. I agree. It's just I think this space should be slow. Oh no, this is fuck. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's actually solve that. One review. Where is that shit? One review. Yeah. Get average rating. Yeah, exactly. Rating. Get review count. Yeah, exactly. And then I think here we can maybe say border B, gray. What was it? Gray. Yeah. Let's just try it like this. PB4 or some stuff like that. Yeah, something like that. So you can, yeah, maybe not 4, maybe 2. Let's see. But yeah, anyway, like genuinely, right? Like I said, there's enormous amount of websites out there. Like GitHub is one of the examples, written in plain JavaScript. It works flawlessly. It looks great. It feels great, right? So it's not really about adding all of those abstractions, all of this complexity. It's truly about focusing on building the product and stuff, and adding tools when you need them, right? This mindset of or the feeling that you constantly have to add all of this fucking garbage to your simple app is just it's so cancerous to everybody, right? It doesn't help. You know, let me build a to-do list with the Redux and the TypeScript and you know, I am, yes. Yeah, it is written in plain JavaScript. At least last time I checked, it was written in plain JavaScript. Yes. It would be perfect. GitHub uses no JavaScript frameworks. How does it manage avoiding spaghetti code? There you go. Now, let's just be clear here, right? The thing is, if you research a bit, right, let me tell you one thing. So am I someone who's suggesting that you use plain JavaScript? Absolutely not. I think you should be using a framework. This is not about that, right? This is not about, well, it doesn't matter if it's 5 years ago, right? It doesn't really matter. Even 5 years ago, who cares, right? I'm just saying you have to be a bit smart. You have to be intelligent about your technical decisions. I feel that a lot of people are driven just by hearing things. Oh, I heard that this should be done like this. When in reality, everything is contextual, everything is based on the problem, everything is based on the theme and stuff like that, right? A lot of people speak about microservices. 98% of those people never wrote microservices in their life. They don't know what the fucking bottlenecks are, that it ruins the development experience, that it actually making, because a lot of microservices that people claim that they're microservices are just distributed monolith. Because to truly do a proper microservice architecture, you really need experience and you need to truly know what that means. What people do, they break their shitty app they take the monolith, they break it into multiple running services, and then one of those services fail, everything fails. Because that's not microservice architecture, that's just distributed monolith. So there's a lot of those things. A lot of people just talk about all of this crap all the time. But when you get into discussion with them, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. So, like, yeah, we should be writing microservices. Well, you know, did you ever wrote any distributed application in true microservice architecture? Well, we have this application. Every single I mean, we are using microservices, right? No, the thing is, man, like, it's just, you have to apply common sense. It's again, and it's the worst thing about all of us developers, that we just talk a lot. We talk about how things should be, because if one would read this chat, like, if I would distance myself and read this chat, right, or any other chat, you would assume that all of us are writing perfect code. You should be doing this, dude, because that's how I write code, right? Oh, why are you not doing? But in reality, I mean, literally every fucking website breaks all the time, right? So there seems to be this twisted, there seems to be this reality over here, and then there's like, there's this kind of imaginary world where developers are just perfect. It's like, you know, well, there is the right and wrong way to write code, and that's purely tied to business decisions. So the only wrong way to write code is to write code in a way that slows down your business. If your business is doing well, which technology you're using, nobody gives a shit about. That's the point. So the only bad technical decisions are those that influence the business side in a bad way. So I agree with you, Leo, 100%. Now, no matter what you're using, if your business is generating profit, if you're shipping features quickly to your customers, then you're doing well. Now, which frameworks you're using is irrelevant, right? I work at Dream Data now, and we are, 10 people building a product that costs 50, 60, 70, 100,000 euros a year. And we're doing perfectly well with minimum amount of developers, simply because we have a great process, we're very productive, and we care, we're purely product driven, we're customer driven. So we do continuous integration, continuous deployment, we do that right. We push code every single day. There's no day at Dream Data when we don't push, some code, right? So the thing is, there's so many things other than this shitty talk about technology, right? Like, you need to be cautious of business, because that's the only thing that matters to your investors, to your CTO, to your whatever, is the business results. Now, if you achieve those with plain JavaScript and TypeScript and this and that, that's great, right? But at the end of the day, I've heard so many projects being rewritten, even written in TypeScript. It's like, yeah, let's just rewrite all of this and let's just use stencil.js, or, simply because it's newer, right? So it's yeah, it's just a lot of bullshit, man, if I can put it that way, right? And let's not, I'm always here to talk real shit, not some imaginary world that doesn't exist, right? Of course, man, of course. And those people are shitting themselves for money, right? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's kind of goodish. That's good. I think, yeah, this does take its there. 100%, 107% test coverage, and we're gonna use, Istanbul to view the test coverage, to generate the HTML files, and we're gonna do all sorts of stuff. We're gonna add a CI step to our CI to deploy this Istanbul. I think, does the Istanbul still exist? Does this thing? I think I've used this like 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, it still fucking exists, man. Nice. Yeah, here it is. Stumble. It basically generates your, like, you can generate your test coverage results in your terminal, or you can generate it based, they have several different adapters, right? If I can call them like that. So you can generate the coverage like HTML files and various different formats, and then you can kind of upload this somewhere, right? The thing is, don't drop the database. I think in theory, right, 80% test coverage, 90% tops should be covered. But there's really no, that's again what I like to share here. Like, those are very vague arguments. Like, somebody in some book 20 years ago wrote that you should not have more than 80% test coverage, right? And then we're all repeating that shit. In reality, man, you should test integral parts of your system. You should not test if the button is fucking clickable. I mean, you can test whatever you want. I don't care, right? But for the most part, where the errors really occur are utility functions, transformation functions, and stuff like that, right? So there's really no rules, man. You have to identify this in your own system, like how many important modules you have and what do you want to cover, right? Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't, okay, let me not use shouldn't, do whatever you want, but test things that you know that they might break, right? Or that they're fragile, or things that have unprincipled implementations, or something that kind of looks out of the ordinary, right? Yeah. So, okay, so what else do we do here? So you can click on an author, you can read about the author, there's some reviews, there's some table of contents here. This is how I think, man. Again, there's really, that's why I always say, even what I'm saying, you should take with you know, like, not, because again, it's just common sense. You have to identify, like, it's that's all that's how I operate, right? That's how I lead my team. You know, in my team at Dream Data now, I literally how I do things is like, I'm just trying to make people not to be too literal. Like, yeah, this is how you do this. Well, no, man, you know, it's not, you know, there's context, right? There's context as well, right? Course detail. What is this aside? Oh, no. No, is no course landing page. The thing is, right, like, the code coverage can mean nothing, right? Because, like Bushman says, you can just generate some generic fucking unit tests, like, if I do this request, it should respond with 200 and then give me an array of apples, right? But if you don't test the harder parts, which you need to mock, which are way more than just talking to a single service, that's hard. So you have a feature that talks to 3 different databases, right? This and that, la la la, right? So that's the sort of stuff you somehow want to test properly, right? Okay, I think is it this one? Yeah, it is this one, but yeah, exactly. So let's try here, border 1, border gray. Did I, what? Wait, let me just test. Am I adding the stuff to the right thing? I think I am. Yeah, I actually am. So what am I doing wrong? Is it border? Yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Give me a second. I wonder if we should be adding those borders. I wonder. What do you guys think? Leo, thank you very much, man. You too. I'll catch you up tomorrow. Sleep well, man. Let me just read. Go to Udemy to one of my courses. How do those guys do it? Interesting. So maybe we should do the same. Maybe we should just have some sort of accordion or something. Maybe they shouldn't all be expanded by default. Yeah, let's maybe do that as well, right? Can you add polls? Give me a second, Bushman. Yes, just one moment. Expanded sections, set expanded sections. Don't we have this thing somewhere as well? Get course landing page. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then let's go, I suppose, wait, where are we? Yeah, over here. Yep. This is actually an array, right? I just do this linear search here, and we must say all right, so that's kind of how we would start. Let's remove the shitty border. I think it actually sucks. So let's remove all of this. Yeah, exactly. And then lastly, right? Where is the actual title here? Text Excel. Don't drop the database. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Section title. Wait a minute. Nah, okay. There we go, Jace. Good evening. Fuck it all. Give me 1 second. Good evening. That's what I'm talking about. Some people are getting it. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. It's always gonna be real talk. At least it's honest talk. So no bullshit. No perfect programmers here. I would just if I'm you, man, I would just write all of the codes perfectly. I'm still looking for members, Jace. You seem to be clearly one. I think you're writing perfect codes. Fuck, what was it? Wait a minute. What did I want to do? Enroll? Yeah, actually, wait. We'll need to fix that shit. So if we go here, then we have already... Yeah, how is this called? Wait, I think this is if we go to... what did I want to do? Marek, yes, I've heard about it, and I've used it many times, and it's the same thing as linear search. It literally does linear search with different syntax. What did I want to do? Fuck, I lost the thought. Yeah, course details. Expand section, some... Where's the arrow? Get expand icon. So yeah, this is what we have. Okay. Yeah, here's the includes as well, right? So we're using the includes here. Anyway, let's kind of get back here. Let's also have it defined somewhere here. Expand less, expand more. And then let's go over here. And then section.id. Just courses at JC, just courses. Courses back here. All right, great, cool. Let's make sure that those fellas are kind of flexing, and gap to item center. Awesome, perfect, that's great. And let's kind of zoom in a bit just so we can see it a bit better. And then lastly, we're gonna now just make this clickable, right? I guess if you click on a header just like there. So let's actually go here and let's just copy this logic as well. Toggle expand, right? Pretty much gonna do the same shit, right? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do pretty much what I did there, right? And then where is our H3? Yeah. So we're gonna just add a handler here. It does exactly the same thing, exactly. Both of them are doing linear search, yes. You're absolutely right. I use all of them, right? Depending what first comes to my mind, that's what I use. You can see that here we're using includes, right? So it's really just depending, whatever literally comes to my mind, I use it that first, right? There's no right or wrong, right? Okay. I stream most of the days. Yes, definitely. I stream most of the days. You know, sometimes if I'm super tired after wife, kid, work and stuff, I'm not gonna stream. So I'm not really forcing myself to stream. I'm not a streamer per se, right? Like I don't do this because I have some ambitions of being a streamer. I don't actually care at all, 1%. I just having fun, like discussing shit with you guys and arguing and all of that stuff. It's very pleasing, right? The thing is, Bushman, I think 4 probably is the most performance-wise the most efficient loop, right? Because all of the kind of declarative loops, like for each, map, reduce, includes, etc., they're executing a function for every item, right? So you're adding that thing on the stack, right, for every iteration, right? It's just like all of those things are marginally small, but generally, yeah, 4 would be the most efficient, right? I think it still is. I don't know. I haven't followed V8 development the past couple of years, right? I know that the V8 team, that's their C++ team, is doing a lot of optimization on those ends, right? But I believe it's probably still the most efficient, yeah. It's just people always choose convenience over performance, right? Because that's how it is, unfortunately. I'm guilty of that as well. You know, we only care about performance once it becomes an issue. And that's kind of the mindset, the shitty mindset, yeah, but that's how it is. Okay, so we have this now. So when you come to a course, you know, and that's completely expectable, right? Because today, you know, in the product development today, you're really, the thing is, it's not, I don't think you can blame developers for this, is right? The world of programming is moving so much to the product driven level, to the customer driven level, where code is, you know, becoming like, look at Electron.js, for example. A couple of years ago, I worked in a company for maybe 2 years. I worked as an Electron developer, right? And Electron.js kind of sucks performance-wise. You literally have a Chrome runtime that's literally the whole runtime, because there's no dynamic there's no dynamic linking, right, or anything like that. Everything is that. Thank you very much, Don't Drop. Thank you very much, man. 6 months, dude. That's crazy. Thank you, man. But going back to Electron, Electron.js is a great example of a shitty technology that's amazing from the product perspective, right? When I worked at Airtame, I used to work here for a couple of years. We wrote Electron.js, right? I even wrote some, you know, open source stuff for it. 3 of us have built, you know, a desktop app that worked on Chrome OS, Linux, Windows, and Mac OS, right? How impressive that is. If you went native way, if you picked, let's say, Objective-C, I don't know, C#, or I don't know, C++ with Qt, whatever, etc., you would need like 4 different teams, or 3, right? But the performance of the technology obviously sucks, because, you know, when you install an Electron app, at least back then, you have a whole browser wrapped inside it. Of course, with some removed APIs and stuff, right? But still, you know, you have in Electron.js, you have kind of 2 processes. You have the main process and the renderer process. And the renderer process basically is just like a browser itself. You just render some front-end app, right? So you install 1 megabyte, right? You write 1 megabyte app, which is React, and then you install an Electron.js app, and it's like 50 megabytes. Like, what the fuck? Why is it 50 megabytes? Well, it's 50 megabytes because you have wrapped it inside of the whole browser, right? Almost, right? So well, they're not as efficient, Marek. I don't think that they are. I mean, again, I agree. We are definitely on the same page that it doesn't matter. It's insignificant for the most part. But it's not true, right? It's not true that the efficiency is the same. It's not. Because every time you execute a function, you add that function to a stack, right? And then it has to be cleared off of the stack, right? So every time you run any of those declarative functions like map, for every item in your array, you're executing a function, right? So there is a significant difference, right? But it's meaningless, hence why we don't care. Because for the most part, we're looping through a list of 20 items, 30 items, 50 items, whatever, right? But if you would be looping for whatever reason to 10 million items, then it could become significant, right? Okay, so I almost kind of like this. The only thing I kind of like is that this is in indentation of it kind of sucks ass, right? So where is the actual expanded sections, the sections, course, lectures? Yeah, exactly. So what we could do maybe here, we can say maybe ML4 for now. Let's try it out. Nah. I think this is pretty easy, right? Let's actually see, right? I mean, I think that's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to do that comparison, right? It's pretty easy to calculate the performance of that. You can use just the time API, the console API in the browser, and you can easily check the performance, right? If it was significant, right, for a specific scenario, right? Yeah, that's actually not disgusting. Now it kind of looks better. And we'll need to obviously make this mobile friendly as well. Yeah, GSperf is actually very good. Exactly. That's a very good point. Yes. So you come to a course, you see the course title, you see this shit, you see table of contents, you see who the author is, you have some reviews, which, you know, actually that part doesn't look too great. Let's maybe just update that slightly a bit. Rating widgetio. Yeah, shit, that's maybe too close, like this. Yeah, I don't think that's completely disgusting, no. Let me just, this course has no reviews, fuck my life. And then there's this border now. All right, I need to do one thing. So let's use this most amazing and most useful library called class names. And then we're gonna say, hey, you know, at this class, if ratings length is greater than 0. Amazing. Okay, cool. This course has no reviews. Bushman, of course. I think mobile is more important than desktop. Yeah, because I check the website from my phone every day, right? I mean, it is. Well, I mean, I don't think that anybody is gonna. Okay, I doubt that people are necessarily gonna be watching courses from mobile, right? I with that I 100% agree, right? But I think it has to be responsive, right? Because no, we're not gonna. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing mobile now. I think we just have to finish this feature, like in general, just make sure that it all works, and then yeah, when we're happy with the desktop, then we're gonna switch to mobile, right? Because yeah, I mean, it's a very simple thing, which I intended it to be. You can create a course in your dashboard, then you can maintain the content of it and stuff, right? So this is kind of right. This is your kind of courses dashboard. You go to a single course. Let's actually find, yeah, so this is kind of, you know, and here on the left, you have your lessons of a specific, so it's a very simple thing, which was my intention, right? It is easy. It's pretty easy. Yes, it's pretty easy. If you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. Yes. I mean, everything in this project is easy from the technical standpoint, simply because it's simple, and making things simple is really hard. You know, not overdoing the UI, not adding shitty, useless elements and stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do constantly. So that's the hard part, right? How do you make it simple, right? And it's also easy because it's not TypeScript and Rust. If it was written in TypeScript and Rust, it would be very hard. Yes, exactly. Andreas, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. I can't wait to... Yeah, okay, let's... Can't wait until I add TypeScript and then people come is like, why are you using TypeScript? Why are you not using FlyScript? Because that's newer thing. It's gonna be great. Or some shit like that. Okay. So it's just, this is the hard part, man. So this is the hard part. It's not the coding. Coding is easy. Fuck that. That's easy. It's like making those UI decisions, UX decisions, right? It's like, okay, it's like when is it done, right? So imagine you go to courses, you're gonna see some shit like this. I mean, those type of details, don't drop the database. Those types of details we're gonna add at the end, right? I'm not necessarily worried about looks right now. I'm talking primarily about the layout, right? But I think if I go to Udemy, which I took the inspiration from, right? So if we go to, I don't know, some course, JavaScript for beginners, great. Yeah, so they have a title, some description, right? Programmer gods. Yeah, so this is how they do it, right? They just have some table of contents, right? Course content. Okay, maybe we can add that as well. It's just such a useless kind of thing to say, course content, right? I don't actually. What do I know, man? What the hell do I even know, right? What do I even know, dude? Where is it? That is the hard part. Anyway, the hard part is actually knowing what to build and when. That's the hard part. Coding part, anyone can learn that shit. Course contents. Course contents. Text to Excel. Can course have one chapter free? I mean, the thing is not now, Bushman, because all courses initially are going to be free. We're doing the MVP, right? We cannot be going that deep, right? Into things, but it's a great question, right? It's just like, we're not going to have like premium courses initially, right? Would the enroll at the bottom make a little more sense? I mean, maybe, right? The thing is, yeah, maybe it would, right? Maybe it would. It's hard to figure out, you know, where to put that stuff, right? Because I've been kind of fiddling with it a bit here and there, right? So we can try, certainly. I mean, I don't think that. I think it's a good suggestion. It's just a matter of, you know, you enroll with your blood. Yeah, maybe, right? It's like, it's hard to say, right? The thing is, so the hardest part of this is going to be, right, is the courses themselves, right? Building this feature, no matter how we do it, we can make this the prettiest in the world and it all looks amazing. The hardest part is going to be like me actually sitting and recording few free courses, you know, so we can get this feature rolling, right? Because when we implemented those tweets, you know, this is pretty much the only thing that people use if they use anything, right? Because it's natural. You come there and you're like fart, right? But a course feature, right, is completely different beast, right? That's not something you can do in 2 minutes, right? You need to record, right? I'm gonna make, I don't know, nodejs, Fastify, whatever I know, whatever I think I'm good at least. But one of them is yeah, I'm just testing shit. Don't take this too literal. If you have a actually, that's not completely disgusting. Actually, that's not completely disgusting. Let me try one thing. Not completely terrible at all, actually. Give me one moment here. That's not completely disgusting, no. It is a bit, but let me think. I need to look at it for a bit. Very interesting. Okay, I might have an idea. I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna record a TypeScript course, but the real one, just to kind of, yeah, okay. Wait a minute. So we wanna, okay. Actually, I like this. I like this. So let's do one thing. Class names and cursor pointer border B, blah 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 blah, and then class name. That's the base one, and then we're gonna say, hey, add this class as well if exactly. But no, yeah, exactly, beautiful. Pointer adding 2. Shit, that wasn't my intention. Okay. Yeah, this is not completely disgusting at all, actually. I don't think so. I don't think it is. What do you guys think? Is it disgusting completely or not? Ignore this course content. Let's remove this shit for now. What do you guys think? Is it disgusting? I don't think it is, right? I think it's pretty cool, actually. Maybe we could add padding below this line. Let's actually try one thing. Let me try one thing. So what if I, give me a moment here. What if I say over here, we say PL10, PR10. Actually, it didn't do at all what I wanted. Let's try, shit. ML10, MR10. Yeah, exactly, right? So this line is kind of aligned. This line here is aligned with the content. It's just the margin now is fucking it up, and that's not good, obviously. Cassie, my friend, good evening. What if lecture title will wrap? And also, maybe those things shouldn't really be blue or something, right? Like we cannot make it, or purple, whatever this color is. Parkour Peter, good evening, buddy. Let's see. I mean, let's see, right? Let's play with it. This is a creative process, right? Is like that. You cannot, there's no, that is again, that's the hard part, right? Will I be able to say where title ends? They don't have points. Ah, I see. We can do that. Let's add that. Yeah, we actually, I think at one point I actually had that. So let's do that, right? So those are the sections. Then for the lectures, right? Index of expanded the sections, blah, 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 lecture. Let's say index, right? And then here we can say index +1, right? And let's do it like that, right? Let's zoom in a bit. Let's let's actually put this fella in a span. And then let's say class name text indigo 500. I will in a second, yes. Let's say here PR2. Yeah, that's not completely horrible, no. That's not completely horrible. Yeah, this is the long title, so I think it looks fine. I don't think it's disgusting completely. I think it's good. We could give them a bit of we can say MB2, whatever. Right? No, it doesn't. I mean, it's not really established. I don't have like a designer. I don't have like a UX guy. No, Sullivan, not yet. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I could push this, right? Like, I mean, I can push this and make people break it, right? That's why we're in the alpha, right? So I'm not in a way, you know, like shy to expose this. The main reason why this is not online yet is because I need to do some database migrations, and that's a bit painful, right? If I could push this out right now, you know, I would do it right away, right? I might actually do that tomorrow, right? Maybe we should just push that tomorrow, right? I don't actually mind, right? Yeah, I don't think that I've even added authorization yet fully to it. I don't remember. Let's take a look at the API. Did I even add authorization and stuff? Yeah, actually, yeah, I did. And I think it's gonna be kind of okay. And also, you can see that we have is course author. We have the decorator, right, that checks, hey, is the user author? If it is, then you can't change the resources associated to that author. So actually, basically, for those of you who don't know, Sullivan is just as you. He's a viewer, but he's a security expert, so he helps me a lot, like enormously, by trying to find security holes, and then he reports them and we fix them together in a stream, right? So it's like enormous amount of respect I have for that. Thank you again, man. Oh my fucking god, this Polish guy. I like to offend him. I like to offend him instantly. Instant offend. Thank you, Sullivan, man. Like, it's not gonna go without nothing. I promise you that. Of course you don't mind. I mean, I'm from the Balkans, man. You have to understand, right? You know where I come from originally, right? So it's kind of, I mean, there's no such thing as getting offended in Poland, right? That doesn't exist, right? Not at all, man. I mean, I've been to Poland many times, man. Same shit, man. You would be surprised. Dude, like, what the heck? What's going on with the distancing here? Wow. Okay. Okay. I see. MY. Actually, I'm slowly starting to like how this looks like, to be very frank with you. I'm not actually finding this disgusting anymore. I think with just tiny of those details, but we're still adhering to our own style, which is completely minimalistic, right? So I'm slowly starting to not despise this, right? I'm slowly starting to not completely dislike this. So that's actually good now. What's happening here? Okay. Well, let's just fix one tiny thingy. If we go to expanded sections, and where was this shit? Yeah, so if we get over here, what is this? Yeah, let's find that fella. Yeah, so this guy. So let's just say that we want to apply this. So another conditional class, right? So we're gonna say class names, right? It's gonna say this. And then we're gonna say, hey, only imply the margin bottom. You know what? Actually, no need even. Let's just make this instead. Let's just do this slightly different. So instead of using margin, right? Let's just use flex and then flex column. So let's say flex col, and then gap. What was it? 8, right? Now we don't have to worry about the last element in the list having that gap, right? Is there no gap 8, or did we fuck something up? Ah, shit, I think I've added this on a wrong. Actually, wow, let's give me a moment. Now it actually looks like... Jace, thank you very much for coming as always. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. I guess you're in the US, so have a good day there. All right, never mind. Why did I think of that like that? Wait, let me just remove this to ensure that I'm changing the right thing. Okay, I am. Now whatsoever, when I look at this, it's not even completely disgusting. I actually, Sullivan, so I did solve that exact. So it's kind of, yeah, it's a very good question. And I was thinking about it as well. So let me show you. So when we get a course, right, this is what we do, right? So whenever you get a course, I say, hey, is the user enrolled? That's one condition. And then it is the course author, right? So if you're not enrolled, or if you're not an author, you have to be one of that. You can see that we're kind of excluding the content video URL and order from the lectures, right? That means that when you go to a course and you get the table of contents and stuff, we're actually not really fetching any data that you shouldn't be able to see, right? So the content video URL and order, I'm basically saying, hey, exclude those attributes if you're not the course author or if you're not enrolled, right? So if you go to a landing page of a course and you inspect the payload, you're still going to see the sections and lectures, but the lectures are going to be missing this, which is vital. This is basically the content of the course, potential video, if there is one, and then the order, right? So yeah, we're doing that, and we're doing it based on this. Hey, are you enrolled? We query this junction table, and then here we see if you are actually an author, right? So actually this kind of looking like accordion isn't even that bad. Let me just try one thing, NB2. Actually, how do I even want it? Give me 2 seconds here. Oh no, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Yeah, that's not completely horrible. No, okay, that's good. I like that. So let's keep that. Let's go here to class and names, and let's do this. And then we're just gonna conditionally say, hey, do this if Jesus, man, the bot is spamming like crazy. Did we actually get rid of that? We did. Nice. Okay, good. So now it's good. Now we can go to this enroll button. Where is this shit? Enroll, yeah. And let's say PY12 or something like that. Yeah, and so we have the enroll here, which actually shouldn't be outlined. It should be just, yeah. Rust. Fucking trolls, man. Unbelievable. All right, so man, it's starting to not be disgusting, right? And that's good. Maybe I just want to try now one thing though with those borders and stuff. So where is this crap? Section. Give me 2 seconds. 0.5 by 16, that's 8 pixels. So there's like an 8 pixels padding around this. So technically this should, ML2 should be 8, right? Yes. But that's gonna kind of look slightly off because of this arrow, right? So let's kind of do a manual offsetting here. So let's say 10. Let's try that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it literally nails it. Yeah, exactly. So that's actually not too terrible at all. And actually, if we go back here, go to course details, toggle this. We also want to say cursor pointer select none on this guy as well. Yeah, so you can't select that. Okay, great. Is this a startup? No, negative. This is just me. This is just the side project I do after work, basically. Maybe it becomes one. Who knows? You never know. That's the idea. The idea is for it to become one. For sure. That would be great. But yeah, building a company is the biggest challenge of them all. So it's very hard. My pleasure, man. That is the hard part of building, is the business part. This part, anyone with YouTube can learn. Almost. Margin bottom 4. I see. And that's okay, right? Because we have some regression or some issue, that doesn't matter. Go to course. Then you end up here. I think What's the line between startups and really ambitious projects? I mean, I don't think there's a difference. I don't think you can make such a comparison. Every startup becomes as a project of some sort. Of course, there's many circumstances where that's easier. If you live in Silicon Valley, right? If you live in a cradle of money and shit, it obviously becomes easier, right? Et cetera, et cetera. But there's no difference, right? Every project starts with some intention of, well, unless you're doing something to learn only and stuff, that's a different thing, right? But yeah, I mean, it's I don't think you can make necessarily a really a comparison, right? You cannot monetize something that you didn't build yet. That's very hard, right? So no matter what you're doing, you have to actually literally we want to do this, right? Startups are companies. I mean, the startup is a look. The startup is a very fancy word for a company, right? Startup is, there's no such thing as startup. In the world, there are only companies, right? Some companies are big, some are small, some have 3 employees, some have 300,000. Startup is not a concept that means anything. It's just a way to define that something. It's mostly a word really in like, I don't know, past maybe 20 years. Startup, of course, is just a regular company that has to pay salaries, it has to pay taxes, right? So startup is not some magical organization, right? It's literally the most normal company like any other. It's just called a startup because, yeah, that's what we kind of use, right? So yeah, it's nothing but just a company, of course, right? I think, yeah, I would agree with I would agree with you know, with Bushman, right? And to most degree, right? Depending, of course, you know, Twitter up until, I think Twitter actually is still a startup, right? So also those definitions and stuff are very vague, and you know, companies, you know, very vaguely, you know, throw them around, right? So it really depends where you work. But basically, in simple words, you generally want to work for a small company, at least early in your career, because you have more autonomy, you have more, you're all forced to kind of do things which you wouldn't necessarily do somewhere else, right? Because small companies don't have the money to hire, you know, 300 developers, right? So that's really what it is. If you remove all the fancy words, that's what it really is, right? So we've ended up building a freaking accordion at the end, which is funny. But I think it looks fine. I think it's okay. Now it looks like we're here, right? And they have a lot of this shit, right? Just so they can fill in the content. Description is here. Who is this course for? So yeah, maybe in time we might end up doing this. How many are enrolled? Yeah, so once we actually have some courses, then we're gonna situationally just add more of this stuff when it's needed, right? Then we have the author, we have the reviews as well. I built everything here manually. I'm not using any component. All of this stuff you see on my screen is built by me. There is no components, right? Because right now our accessibility isn't really a top priority, but to a huge degree, you're absolutely right. We'll have to make this tabbable, you know, you'll need to be able to, right? Well, the thing is, we didn't know we're building an accordion up until now, right? Because we're playing with creative things, right? So it just turned out to be accordion that I like, right? But it's not rocket science. If when we need to make this accessible, we're gonna do that. It's not really you know, that it's, you need to be able to expand it with space. and then move with tab, right? So it's we can do that, right? I mean, I can literally do exactly what you said, right? Let's actually try that. Yeah. So where it is. So for example, this is our, right? So let's try doing that, right? Given this React components, accordion, make it accessible, right? Literally, let's try it, right? Right? So now, the thing is, right, like the reason why I've built all of this for Programmer Network is not because I'm some sort of an anti don't use frameworks or libraries. That would be idiotic. I'm not reinventing the wheel. What you get in this stage of the project is that I control everything very easily. I'm not bound by any abstractions, I'm not fighting any code. The code is so simple. The biggest downside of libraries, right, is that libraries today are very broad. So some dude built some accordion for his use case, he open sources it and then realizes, shit, there's those 485 people who want all of these features. So then that person goes ahead and implements with other contributors 485 extra features that you actually don't need for your project, right? And now you have installed an accordion, it's like, fuck, this thing can do so many things. But then you're like, well, I mean, I don't need it to do any things. I just need it to expand, right? Because what I need right now is literally what is there. When I click this shit, it expands. That's all I need. I don't need any other stuff, right? So that is the thing and also the danger of those libraries, that you end up, it's like, yeah, I can do all of those things. Well, who gives a fuck, man? It happens everywhere, exactly, 100%, 100%, right? 100%. It's not really a complaint. It's just basically being cautious about all the shit you install, right? There we go, right? There's the accessibility to some extent, right? Bam, right? Right, so it's not that it takes 3 years to implement this shit, right? There you go, right? There you go. It was one handler adding on key down, right? Is it perfect? We can spend 5 more minutes and it's going to be perfect. And now we can turn this into a component, and which we should, because we know that we're actually using this in several places, right? So literally what I can do with my own stuff here, I can say, take that exact JSX and turn it into a component called accordion, extract the necessary props, right? Of course, we can do this on our own, but why would we, right? So let's see. Bam, course expanded, right? Super simple, right? I'm actually going to stop it and say, don't call, make the props generic. Accordion doesn't take a course, but rather an array of objects where each object has a list of items to render for that specific section, right? That's a great idea. Look, that's a good idea. Even ChatGPT is like, dude, you're so smart, man. You're so smart. I know, right? That's how it is, right? So now we're going to turn this into our own component, because we wrote all of it. We just told it, hey, do the manual we copy this crap. Beautiful, right? We go to our front, to our client, we go to source, components, core. We create a new folder called accordion. We create a index.jsx as always, and then we create accordion.jsx. We paste this crap here. We say export all from ./accordion, right? I fix this slight style issue. Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful, right? We go back here. So now the interface has changed. Now it takes a prop called sections and then section items, right? So that's what we're gonna have to do here. So we're gonna comment this stuff out. We're gonna import our new accordion, right? And we're gonna say expanded sections. We should probably actually keep this state inside. I don't think there's any relevance of keeping this outside, right? So actually, let's move that internally to the component, right, itself. And actually, before we do that, this is doing an implicit return. I hate that. So here we're gonna go back here. We're gonna take this stuff. We're gonna smack it in here. It's gonna handle its own state. We're gonna also do the toggling part as well. Where is this toggle? Yeah. So we're gonna do this as well, like I said, right? And then, yeah. We can also solve that with the prop, right? But let's see, let's kind of stay, again, we're not overgeneralizing. That's a huge danger, right? I don't want to be thinking, what if I want to do it one day? If I want to do it one day, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to change it, right? For now, we have two use cases of accordion and we're using them in the same way, right? But let's see, let's actually get it to work and then let's see, right? We don't actually know, right? Exactly, open source accordion, exactly. Get expand icon. Okay, so now, so we don't really need this. So here we have to say get expand icon. And actually, yeah. Yeah, that's actually fine. I like that prop. That's pretty okay. And then here, what we have to do, we have to say, what was it? Sections, right? And what we actually gonna do, we're gonna say course sections, right? Dot my pleasure. Don't drop the database. You should tell me your name, but good to have you here, man. Thank you very much for the subs for those 6 months, and thank you for sticking around. I'm happy that you enjoyed some of it. Course sections dot Give me just one moment. I need to do one thing. What was the interface that we expect here now? Accordion. We have sections. And then we map through them, and then we expect that the section has items, right? Where was it? Yes, section.items, right? So we're gonna say something like this. We're gonna say wow, oh my god, dude, what is this website? 16 pop-ups. All right, so it still works, so that's great. We can then get rid of this, right? So that should be working still, and it does, right? Then we have another place where we want to use this. We have the course details as well, right? We have this other place as well. And here we're doing the same crap pretty much, right? So we're going to do this. We're going to say accordion. They do? No? Oh, they don't. Okay, we have to fix that then. Give me a second, sure. And then let's kind of do the pretty much it's the same here. Yeah. And then we can kind of get rid of this completely. Now we should actually go to our dashboard just to see if that actually worked. So we go here. And wait a minute. No, is it this one or which? No, that's course details, I think. Oh yeah, sure. Got it. So if we go here, this should be that. Great, okay. So we're using the same crap and we need to just handle the state like Bushman said. So let's go into that there and see what's happening. Set expand icon. Actually, I'm not gonna even make that prop generic. Or I'm not gonna actually make that a prop at all. That's what I meant. So I'm just gonna take sections for now. And actually, where is this get expand icon? I'm gonna move that there. I'm actually gonna move it over here. Then I'm gonna do the imports here. So let's just make sure that arrows are still there. And they are, so that's good. Okay, great. So yeah, so basically, yeah, we have yeah, exactly. But now we're good. Now it actually works, so that's good. So it works kind of here. It's the same component, and also if we go to one of those guys, it's the same component, right? So there we go. And also I think it is kind of accessible as well, right? So yeah, almost, right? So it's not completely terrible, right? And it's a very low effort type of thing, but yeah, it just proves the point that you don't need a library for everything, right? This is fairly simple and it's kind of generic now as well. And I think it's important that it's generic, just so we don't differ too much in usage, right? If we need an accordion, it should always look the same. And then the props, the sections themselves, well, you need to kind of ensure that the props that you pass, the structure of the data is kind of generic, right? So that's what we did here, just saying, yeah, you know, spread whatever. This is now going to have items actually and whatever, but who cares, right? Am I? Ah, okay. We need to remove that then. Probably here, right? Where? Well, I'm not actually passing it here. So yeah, the only issue that now we're gonna have, I guess, is no, actually it's fine. So let's actually get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think we need that actually. No, not at all. But let's see, maybe. Never say. I'm not completely absolute, right? So let's take a look. So we go here, we have this, right? And yeah, so expanded sections here, we're gonna just say pretty much what we just removed from there, right? What did we remove? Where was it? It's this one, right? So if we go over here, we'll just say use effects. Then we're gonna say sections. Sections of 0.id, right? And yeah, so it's still expanded, and that's nice. So yeah, that's good. Let's go to details as well, right? Course details. Let's get rid of this crap. Let's get rid of this crap. Actually, get lecture icon. Yeah, we might end up needing that, but whatever. So let's actually comment that out instead, because of some extra stuff that we might need. We'll see toggle expand, delete that as well. Yeah. Removed a bunch of that crap. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Let's go over there. So that should still be, yeah, working as the other one. That's correct. Yeah, cool. I think that's fine. Yeah. So we cleared up a bit of that shit, right? And then we have this guy now. Interesting. I guess I probably removed the title or some shit. Yeah, I did. Okay. I did. All right, cool. So that's kind of done. I think this is the whole accordion really code. There isn't much to it. You can expand it and stuff. I think, yeah, probably it's gonna grow. Like maybe we want to show. So let's actually maybe do one thing, right? Maybe we could show number of lessons in each one of those things, right? Like here to the right, we could show like, I don't know, number of. So let's kind of maybe try doing that. So what we can do is we can. And yeah, let's maybe just also Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's not do that. So what we could do, we can say h3, and then we have expanded sections, section.items. Yeah. So what we could do technically, right? We can go here, we can go to the h3. Where's our h3 starting and ending here? It kind of sucks that there's a div in here. Can we just, do we really need that? Can we just use a fragment? Yeah, we can, that's good. And then what we can do, I guess, over here. So we actually, we should actually wrap this guy in a div because we're gonna need to wrap it into something. And then over here, we're gonna say, yeah, maybe another div span. And then we can say length. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna say, all right, let's make this a, well, actually it is a flex already. And what we've done is we messed up this fella over here. So that one has to be last name flex gap. What was it? 1. And then items center. And then, yeah, and then over here, we basically want to say flex, blah, 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 no gap, item center, no. So we just, yeah, that's actually maybe fine. But we want to say justify space between, right? So we push this thing to the end, the number. Where's that length? Where was that length? Length, section title, yeah. Let's just say 6 items, whatever. And obviously we want to say here class name, text base, text gray 700 or something like that. Maybe 600. Yeah, there we go. If we actually go to a course here, should work over here as well. Yeah, obviously now this is, no, it's, those are super great questions, of course, right? Yeah, those are super good questions, right? You can clearly see that that issue is shown here, right? Of course. Yeah, right. Maybe exactly right. Let's see, because we'll clearly need to get. So let's go actually to course details, right? And if we find accordion here, we can now pass it section title. Let's just say section title class name. Let's just say as a test text extra small. And then the text kind of becomes smaller, but it still doesn't kind of solve it, right? And then, like you said, we could technically try that. We can say, if we go over here, we can say no wrap, or was it? No wrap, flex, no wrap, yeah. Nice catch, Chief. Good evening, my friend. Thanks a lot, man. It was long overdue, right? What did I want to do? Yeah, so let's go over here. Let's just comment that out for a moment. Let's go here. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it kind of, yeah, it's not great, right? It's not great, I agree. I've added a no wrap to this counter. No, I don't think it did. No. Flex no wrap. Is it text? No. Yeah, exactly. White space no wrap. I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I think you're right. I think that works. I think that's good. So yeah, so there we go, right? Of course, now in this context over here, we want to obviously say text, I don't know, base, or was it text or text SM? So it's kind of funny. Is it not applying this anymore? Fresh haircut. Exactly. Exactly. It is. It is. Could I do something like this? Use important, for example. Section title class name. Are we on the right thing? Yeah. And what if I remove this? Just one moment. I see. So, and something has higher precedence than this thing, so that's why it's kind of, we can't override it. But I thought that I did put it in the right place. That's a bit awkward, right? If we go back here, we have text small. Yeah, super strange. I thought that I knew how that worked with Tailwind, right? Give me a moment. Give me 1 second. Just yeah, so interesting. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So let's just actually, yeah, some of those default props here, they don't honestly make sense anyway, because this accordion and some of its sizes in it are going to be very context dependent, right? So you cannot we cannot make this accordion with a text 3XL and expect it to work everywhere, right? So that's fine. Some of the props we'll need to provide, and that's fine, right? So just as we did here, we can go here, we can go to accordion and say, you know, I don't know, text 2XL or whatever. Let's see actually what we want. This is kind of okay now. It doesn't look completely horrible. If we go back to the course, yeah, so you can see now, and it's questionable if actually, yeah, that's way too big anyway, right? Because those titles might end up, yeah, so that's more reasonable, right? So yeah, so it's how it is. Of course, now it's questionable. We'll see over time as we develop this feature. You know, we can pass a prop, so this doesn't say items, it says lectures, whatever, right? I mean, you know, actually we can already, so that's what I said when we built it initially, like a few minutes ago, like we cannot think about some of those very specific props because we don't know how we want to use it. But now let's call it exactly one items as well, correct? Exactly, right? So let's also solve that. So let's call this items label text. And then let's give it a items as a default value, right? Let's just kind of do it slowly, and then we're gonna say here no, we're not gonna say that. Let's create a utility function here. Let's call it const get items label. Get items label. Yeah, but that's gonna be a bit difficult now, right? Because we would need some pluralize, you know, type of thing, right? Shit, because we could pass this in a singular, right? Yeah, but that's, you know, no, I know, I exactly know what you mean, but I think there's some libraries for this that can kind of pluralize a word, right? Like if it's ending with AO or OE, whatever, right? There's some rules in English language that's right. Actually, we don't necessarily need it, right? Let's just ask here. I need a JS library that can properly pluralize a word. Shoe, shoes, item, items, hero, heroes, etc. Right? I remember using this many years ago. I know that there was some library, right? You can use pluralize library. Okay. Lovely. I think this is the one that I used many years ago, actually. Beautiful. Let's see. And it has some basic English words, I think. I think it's this one. Yeah, you see 8 million downloads. Yeah, this is the one. Exactly. Good. That's great. 17 kilobytes. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Unpacked. Okay. The thing is, like, I mean, we need to make a decision. Should we install this crap just because of this use case? Add a whole dependency to the project because we need to pluralize a word, right? That's pretty shitty, right? I agree. I mean, because... Yeah. Let me just inspect this. Pluralize. Ooh. No, we're not going to be installing this. Not going to be installing that. Let's not lose our minds over this. Let's be very careful, right? Items label text. Items label text. And I know why I'm doing that. So where was this thing that we had? Items. Section items length. Actually, we'll need to pass this. Then we'll need to extend this function with that. Actually, you know what? Let's not try to be too clever here, because if you don't pass this prop, then just don't show the items, because we might not always want to do that. Now, if there's a single item, return that. If there's multiple items, return that. Now, well, I don't. I'm just. I absolutely don't. I'm just still looking at this. Because yeah. So if you don't have this, this is never gonna kind of be the case, right? And then we can just write a shitty ternary operator, right? Whatever. So actually, let's just say label is right, and then this, and that should be fine. Totem, good evening, buddy. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm not sure if you have signed up, but it's happening. It's definitely, it's moving forward for sure, right? I would say pretty good, man, pretty good. And what was the prop? Item labels, text, lecture. Just joined the first time. Yeah, make sure to head to programmer.network and then check it out. I would appreciate that if you have a minute to sign up. But it's going fine. It's definitely, it's a huge project, right? But it's happening, definitely. All right, so now we have lectures and stuff, and that's okay. It's kind of funny that each one of them have 6 lectures. That's crazy, but okay. And then maybe we can just actually go back to this thing, and then items label, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so let's just say text extra small. It's not the most important, I guess. Is it based on app? I'm not sure what do you mean by AP. Should you put a number? No, it's not. It's a normal app. It's React in the front end, and then Fastify JS, nodejs in the API with the Redis and Postgres. So it's yeah. You should consider adding store restoration. Definitely. I think we had more people mention that before. Definitely. Okay, 6 lectures. Yeah. Then we actually don't really. Interesting. I see, because we're capitalizing stuff. I see. And then if we actually go back, where we, if we go back to over here, we can just say lowercase or whatever, right? Because that parent is kind of, yeah, 6 lectures. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's good. So we build that thing, and it kind of works in both places, right? So if we go kind of here, yeah, so that's kind of it, right? It's not horrible. It's not disgusting. I think it's pretty okay. And it's kind of funny now that obviously we'll need a click handler, and that those things are gonna kind of have to be external props, right? Because right now you can see here we have missed completely the fact that we had on click handler here, right? So when you click on it, it has to actually set that thing right in space. So let's actually recover from that, because I mean we also have it. Let's actually go back here, right? So we have sounds good, Chica man. I'll catch you up. Totem, thank you very much, man. It's very kind of you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Toggle expansion on click. Where's okay? So on click, set selected lecture. Yeah. So this is kind of what we're missing, right? So we need this prop, right? So let's extend this thing with this prop, right? So we can say, hey, we need a new prop. We're gonna say on item click. No, I don't think you will. I mean, we have spent countless hours here, and we have a security expert here, one of the viewers, Sullivan, who's helping. So I have spent a lot of time on security. Hopefully not, but again, it would be silly from my end to suggest that that's not possible. You know, billion-dollar companies get hacked, right? So it's kind of it's certainly possible, right? You never know. But we are, you know, we are caching all of the passwords and stuff, right? So yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for your follows. I appreciate it very much. There you go, buddy. On item click, and yeah. So let's do that. My pleasure, man. And let's go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Let's make sure that this is a null by default. Let's do a bit more stuff to this accordion. So we're gonna say, hey, you know, if where's this? Yeah. So essentially, what we can do here, actually, for the actual item, right? For the list item, we're gonna say, we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna say, hey, let's pass class names, and we're gonna say, hey, make sure that there's a cursor pointer if there is on item click handler passed, right? Very nice, Totem. Enjoy it, man. I hope you have fun with it. Enjoy it, and thanks for coming around, man. Bushman, I'll kill you, man. Asshole. Unacceptable. Accordion. Sections. Okay, so let's add on click here on item click, and didn't we have some click click something? Wasn't there like on click something? Yeah, so set selected lecture, exactly, right? So that's what we accordion, yeah. Ah, Jesus Christ, man, come on. Where is this crap? Actually, no, that's actually perfect, because we then gonna just pass, obviously, the lecture or whatever is inside, right? So on item click. And then here we're gonna say, obviously, just on item click item, right? That's literally what he is. That's literally what he is. What can we say? Yeah, there's some iframe bullshit here. It is. And of course, one thing that we have also removed, right, from the course details here is there was an indicator when something is selected, right? That we had this thing basically, right? Hey, selected. And this also should be a prop, right? So we need basically a set selected lecture. So we basically need a another. Yeah. So if we actually take this fella over here and we go to the accordion, and we're gonna also have this, right? We're gonna say, hey, and we can actually, I mean, yeah, whatever. We could kind of keep this inside, right? If we wanted to, but it doesn't really matter, right? We actually can't. So let's just say here, hey, item, blah blah blah. Yes, and then we also want to basically say, hey, is there's a selected item ID, or actually no, this should be, yeah, so it should be item ID, and then we can just have selected item ID, right, as a prop. Selected item ID, and then that also has to be a prop. And let's just say that it's null by default, right? And yeah, and then if we go somewhere, we go over here, selected lecture, right? So if we go over here and we say, yeah, let's just do it here. Selected item ID is lecture.id, right? I don't actually know if it's an ID or not. Yeah, and now we can see that here in the right, those things kind of become blue, right? Or to say they become kind of selected, right? Okay, so we handled that as well. So that's okay. Let's just go crazy there for a bit. All right, cool. That's great. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty okay. I think it's minimalistic. It kind of follows our own design as always, so that's good. Super dumb, super simple. Is it, can we navigate to it here as well? We can. I guess what would be useful accessibility wise if we just maybe use up and down arrows as well, so we can go up and down here if you would want to. And also, of course, like now we didn't add any way to get inside of here and then get outside of the sections easy, right? But the accessibility isn't really the most important thing right now. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it here. It's 12:30 here. I need to go to work tomorrow, but I think we're gonna continue. With this same thing tomorrow. Just see where we can get this, and then I'll need to kind of start recording some courses so we can fill in a few of those things so people actually have something to watch. That's the actually more difficult part. Building it is the easy part, but adding some content there and making some other people record some stuff or write some textual courses, right, is gonna be a bit painful. Kirill, can you show your extensions? I think I have a YouTube video on that. I mean, I can do that certainly, but I can kind of... Yeah, it's this one. And here's the background one for the background. I think it's easier. It's a 26-minute video, but I think I go. My pleasure, my pleasure. Good evening, Vanix, my friend. So let's round it up. I'm actually pretty tired. How long have I been streaming today? It's been like, where can I see that shit, man? I don't even know. Where can I see that crap? 3 hours. Okay, yeah, that's too long. Thank you very much, Heck. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. Good to see you as always. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And Sullivan, thank you, man. I'm gonna merge this to production tomorrow, the courses, so you can start breaking them, Sullivan, and then we work from there. Check my Grafana access if you can. Let me actually do that right away. Give me a second. I'm actually not gonna. The thing is, the IP that you gave me, I have allowed. So it's either you have to give me another IP. Maybe you have a dynamic IP that changes kind of too fast or whatever. But for sure, I have whitelisted your IP, right? I'm just gonna check now again. Allow access to the Grafana from IP, whatever. Manage lists. This is what I whitelisted. I've just sent it to you on LinkedIn. Can you send me that thing? Can you send me that as text instead, Sullivan, and I'll add it? If you can send me that as text, it would be great. And then I end the stream. Like if you can do it now. Thanks. I'm gonna do that right away, and then let's see. All right, added you. Guys, thank you very much again. Sullivan, let's continue this on LinkedIn. Sleep well, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Have a great one. Thanks for being around, and we continue tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bushman, thank you very much. Kirill, much love to you as well, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Seriously, super fun. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.